Welcome to a special Radio X music video interview. I am your host, Justin Smulison, proud contributor here at RadioX.com. I am so delighted to present an interview with Brett Walker, the guitarist of Kaupe, whose new album, The Destroyer of Worlds, will be released on October 17th, 2025 through Morbid Subculture Records. This is a Florida-based instrumental prog metal-ish band whose new album really blew me away. I was also a big fan of their prior release, which was independently released. It's called Cognitive Dissonance. Anyway, Destroyer of Worlds really takes you on a sonic journey. So I'm going to talk to Brett all about it and what's coming up with the band. They have a couple of shows in Florida coming up, one on October 18th and then on November 1st. We're going to plug those dates later. Since there are no lyrics except for two songs, there are no lyrics. And so I have to discuss in a very fun and challenging way my favorite parts and banter with Brett about them. So we have a really great time doing it. And just learn about the creative process and what might be on the horizon for Kaupe and if they will ever make it out of Florida. We'll find out today. So let's get to it. RadioX.com listeners worldwide, please welcome Brett Walker of Kaupe. All right, folks, I am joined by Brett Walker. He is the guitarist for Kaupe, and he's based in Florida. Kaupe is such an energetic, now largely instrumental band, and I've been following them for a few years from their second album, Cognitive Dissonance. I've always wanted to hear what they would do next, and as you can see, they are over here destroying worlds. So how are you, Brett?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. You're the guitarist. Are you the... does everything start with guitar in Kaupe?
Yeah, I would say so. I write a lot of riffs, and then I bring them to practice, and then they get changed around. But I would say that compared to the two albums prior to this one, it's a lot more of a collective effort. Like I wouldn't come in with as polished stuff so that the guys could, change it around, or we could like experiment with stuff. I really, this album wanted to experiment a lot more.
Excellent. Yes. And you do, I think, in a way, and please, you feel free to disagree. And I'm only looking over here just to check my notes.
Oh, no.
First of all, is it same lineup as last time?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah.
And you're all Floridians?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So are you all? I know I'm shifting a little bit. I'm always curious about this. Were you friends first and then you became a band, or did you just find each other doing the circuit? How did it all work?
Well, actually, Mark and I, the drummer, we had the longest history. I've known him since I was in high school, and he tried out for a band of mine, Postal, and it really wasn't his style, but he said, why don't we start another band? And it was early 2000s, and we were in a band. We started a band called Lost for Words, and it was like Converge, Dillinger Escape Plan,
heavy stuff.
Meets like Poison the Well too. Like it had a lot of melodic parts as well. So and so he and I knew obviously worked together. And then the bass player, I knew him. He was in another band at the time. And then he lived with a guy that I was in a band with. So I've known him in the scene for a long time.
His name is Pedro.
Yeah. Well, actually, Pete. But yeah, whatever. I think he wants to go by Pete, but
okay.
Yeah, it's confusing. And then
he's rebranding himself.
Right, that's correct. The American version is Pete,
Nice.
But Patrick we found actually as a Craigslist find.
Really?
Yeah, we always joke he was the greatest Craigslist find ever.
Right.
So we initially
So his
got him.
wife left him on the curb, and you just picked him up for $6, and that was about it.
That was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah. He. What was I gonna say?
Craigslist.
He. What's that?
Yeah, he was on Craigslist.
Yeah, he was on Craigslist, and we worked with some other guys that didn't work out, and we tried out some singers. Like I've been in a band called Key of Solomon that was an instrumental band, and I was like, man, I don't want to go down that route again. And so
Mhm.
we tried as good as we could to find singers, and we could not find anybody. I said, well, if we're not gonna get a singer, we're gonna get a keyboard player
Right.
because that makes perfect sense, right?
Well,
And
yeah, yeah, more
yeah,
more melody there. You get something. Yeah.
yeah. So so that's how it started, and he wasn't really familiar with a lot of the metal and stuff that we were into.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's like classically trained.
So
um
you had to indoctrinate him a little bit.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's like a huge Bach fan, and that was his world. He knew like Deftones and stuff like that, and
Right.
some of the bands. But yeah, we had to get him in, and it's been great because he comes from a totally different perspective
Yeah.
on things. Like he thinks of stuff that I would never think of.
But that's what you want when we talk about diversity of thought. That's what you want in music, right?
Yeah,
Especially
exactly.
especially your music, because your music is I've used this term before, and please, I hope you'll take this as a compliment. It's controlled chaos.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take
I mean,
it.
because you could do chugga 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 metal all day, and I'm sure it wouldn't be that much of a challenge. But you guys, all four of you, as a unit, really seem to challenge each other with this music. And I've done some interviews recently with other instrumental, let's call them instrumental metal bands,
Yeah.
in a similar style. And one of them is called Panzer Ballet with Virgil Donati on drums.
Oh, we played a show with them
Yeah,
with Virgil Donati. Yeah.
with Virgil Donati. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of thing I'm talking about, where you don't want just five diehard Megadeth fans playing music that will inevitably sound like Megadeth. You want something that's going to sound unique, and that's where all those influences that are from different spectrums come right in, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't listen to hardly any instrumental music at all.
I love that. I
And
love it.
so yeah, it's coming from that perspective where like I'm not, interested so much in like noodling and showing off technicality. It's more about the song. If there's a part that needs a solo, then that's just what it is. It's not like we're gonna base a song around the solo, and there's nothing wrong with that style either. It's just not what we do you know
Right now, uh, like you say, you start a lot of the songs with guitar, and then they evolve from there.
right.
When does Brett Walker know that you've gone far enough and that the song is now we've got that control of the chaos? Is it a time limit thing? Do you say we're not doing a 20-minute song?
We don't. Well, yeah, we did. We definitely don't set out to ever make a 20-minute song.
Right. Because your
Uh,
songs are more digestible than a lot of other instrumental groups. Definitely.
oh, thank
Yeah.
you, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess I stick to a certain format, and a lot of times, like say I'll be like, ah, we need to go on. Or my drummer will be like, nope, that's fine. We can that song can be like this, and not every song has to follow, has to have this huge, ending, and just some songs are what they are,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I mean, I think we try to stay around 4 minutes
Yeah. And you
for
do.
most of our song.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at the listing here. Many are under 4, some are even under 3. So or very close to it. Uh,
yeah.
one of my favorites Well, let's talk about two of my favorites here. One of them you released a live track for, Unresolved Trauma.
Yeah.
Um, is do you have a cool song that just needs a title, or was it inspired by something else? You don't have to get into too terribly what it is, but how does the creative process work for a song like that?
I mean, I was abused as it. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
No.
I didn't want to go down that road with you.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna get real personal now.
Yeah.
No. So the songs, yeah. Since we don't have lyrics, the songs kind of as I watch documentaries, things I read, stuff like that. Even books on tape. Whatever, I jot down anything that sounds like it could be a song title, album title, or anything. Yeah. And so I have like a bank of song titles. I mean, it's really not sexy, it's not, it is what it is. We do what we do. But Unresolved Trauma, actually, I don't think that was in my bank. That was the Mark, and he said that song made him feel like there was unresolved trauma in your life or something like that,
And that's all it takes, right?
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Because I mean, unless you're, I remember reading an old interview from my musical hero was Flea, as I'm sure it was for several people. I'm sure even if you don't love what they're doing now, you can at least dig Flea's abilities, right?
Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I remember reading as a kid that if your lyrics aren't coming out the way you want, hum what you want and play it, and then that should do the emoting for you. Does that resonate in the way that I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I hear like melodies in my head, and sometimes you're laying in bed and you just have the voice recorder on your phone and you're humming it in. Is that you're talking about something like that, or?
Yeah, like something like that where if it's got to get out, and if it's not coming out in the way that you initially wanted to, like let's say, make this up, you want to write a song about sadness, but the lyrics aren't coming to you. If you play something that sounds sad, if you hum it out to yourself and then play the thing that sounds sad, that will do the job for you.
Yeah. I don't know if I have that same process. It is weird because a lot of my dark riffs come when I'm happy. Like if I'm down and depressed, I usually am not creative at all.
I can see it. Yeah.
It's just like, something usually has to inspire me. I have to hear like a new band or watch a movie or something like that, and then I'm like, okay, now I feel creative. But I've learned to just accept ruts as well, where it's like you're just you're in you have writer's block.
Yeah.
So but you just need to accept it and move on and be like, all right, well, the songs will come eventually.
Leave them in the bank and then take them back out later.
Exactly.
So you got a song like Unresolved Trauma, and it's so cool. I believe it's available. Yeah, it's available on YouTube. You can watch the playthrough. You all are just a tight unit. But what I love about it also is that it's not the same level of precision as, say, like a Symphony X, where there's not a lot of room for improvisation in between. You have just enough space where you guys can play off each other and change things around just a tiny bit, right?
Well, yes and no. Sometimes I'll like pre-jam my solo a little bit, in songs, but I mean, we're pretty calculated. I mean, we play to a click track.
Oh, okay.
Some songs that actually have like samples. Some songs have background keys or stuff that Patrick can't do. He's already doing 2 things, and we want him to do 5 things. So yeah, we're very calculated. I mean, I wish I had the ability to be like a free jam guy. It's just never been in my DNA.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Let me ask you also about it's really hard for me to articulate this next part because it is instrumental music. But
Yeah.
you've got the song All That's Left, All That's Left, All That Is Left Is Sin. And
Right.
there's a moment in there, and I'm gonna try to play it in post, where there's like this extra note, and I wanna say it's in a minor key that just kind of it just adds a little extra element to it. Do you know the part?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Um.
It's
Yeah. And forgive me. I am not the best with even our song titles. Like we were going. I mean, until we named them, we were going like song one, song
song
two.
right.
So I think what you're talking about is song five, and it's
Uh,
dan da 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 dan da 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 na na na, that song.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. I could always pause this. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is it. It's like slows down a little bit. You Can you hear it?
No, I can't.
It's about a minute or so into All That Is Left Is Sin, and things slow down like dun, 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 dun. It's just like you're going.
Oh, oh, the na 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 na.
It's almost like a haunting from the keyboards.
Yeah.
That part, it made the hairs on my arm stand up when I heard that part. It wasn't completely out of left field. It was so natural, but that one sequence or chord or what have you really stuck out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm really getting granular here,
Yeah.
but if you want to talk about that part, I think that's great. We're playing it right now so that everybody can hear exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, except I am not hearing it, and I'm still trying to figure out. But I think that the part you're talking about, so that one, I really wanted to do a lot of tempo changes because I felt like the album before everything was on a meter, and we're still on a meter, but I wanted to like vary the tempos up, and so that part is intentionally slowed down, and it just, I came up with a guitar riff, and then Patrick and I were experimenting with stuff, and I just think somehow we just stumble upon that melody that's over it, and then it's like, now let's get the best tone for that. I mean, like we spent a ton of time trying to get the right tones, and the poor guy has like 50 patches, probably in this for this album, and he's doing it on the fly. He's changing everything. So yeah, I just like droney sounding stuff.
Yeah,
and stuff that makes you, puts you in a place, like a headspace.
totally. And that's what it did for me.
Yeah. It's like soundtracky sort of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing about music like yours, and like you were saying, Panzer Ballet. I can zero in on things and then also zoom right back out, but still feel like I've had the experience.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Now, let's also mention that the album comes out. The album is called The Destroyer of Worlds.
Yeah.
And it is coming out October 17th. That's a week from today. And it's on Morbid Subculture Records. That's your record.
Yeah. That is.
The last album, Cognitive Dissonance, that was independently released, right?
Correct. And the one before that was as well.
Right. And those are on Bandcamp. And the first album is actually only $5 on Bandcamp. So next Bandcamp Friday, I'm going to pick it up.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so when you, like you were saying, you were on a meter for Cognitive Dissonance.
Yeah.
You made a conscious decision just to broaden the horizons for Destroyer of Worlds.
Correct. Yeah.
And you brought it this time. You got songs with lyrics. You got 2 songs with singing. Well, look at that.
Whoa, we got balloons flying.
I guess if you put up a peace sign, it recognizes. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what did you say? Did you always say, like, look, we don't want to make a full on album with vocals, but we could use some here and there. And since I'm playing a million notes, I don't want to sing.
Well, it's not that don't want to sing. I really don't, but but it's more or less it's I can't play it and sing that stuff,
Yeah, too much.
and I've never done it in any band. I've done backups and stuff, but never full on. And then on top of that, you got to have a great voice, you got to have persona, and then you got to be able to write lyrics.
Yeah.
And that's not my wheelhouse. So I got two of my good friends, Scott Angelakis. He's a legend pretty much in metal. He was in Bloodlet, another band, Hope and Suicide, another band, Junior Bruce, Hollow Leg, and I think that's all of them. But I was in Bloodlet with him, and I was in Junior Bruce with him.
Okay, so
And
you guys are buds.
yeah, we're buds, and he has a studio, so we recorded the drums there. And
Mhm.
then I was gonna ask him to do a different song, and then we just kind of started talking about it, and he was interested in doing lyrics on the song, or vocals on a song. And I said, well, this is the one I was thinking, but if you don't like that, then you can pick another one. And so he picked that one. And I was like, I wasn't thinking that song, but cool, because it already had a lot going on. It had a lot of samples and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And so yeah, but it turned out great. So I was very happy.
excellent. And I also want to mention that you said last night you did a show in Florida.
Hmm.
You closed down the bar because you were
Oh yeah.
playing so late. I see on the interweb that you have a show coming up. Please correct me if I'm wrong. November 1st at Will's Pub in Orlando, Florida. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Now, is that an album release show?
That is, and actually we have a show before that, October 18th, and that is at the Atlantic in Gainesville. And the album comes out the 17th, and I just, I was scrambling for places to play,
Mhm.
after we were done, and it seems like uh all of winter time in Florida, every single venue, every day is taken up.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard. I had to book those shows, I mean, 4 months in advance. I mean, it was maybe even 5. I don't it was way in advance. I mean, they're booking way into 2026 now. It's
Really?
just crazy.
And that's
So,
just Florida.
yeah, just Florida. Just a
So,
lot of shows.
does Kaupe ever come up north?
No, unfortunately, we don't. We have not left the state of Florida, although we'd like to.
Right.
We all have jobs, and families, and so it's kind of, it's our passion, it's our hobby.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it
you keep it local for now is what you're saying.
yeah, pretty much.
Because let's get real here for a minute, Brett. We said we weren't going to get emotional earlier, but I'm going to get real with you. Adulting sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. Bills suck. God. Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm less of an adult because I don't have any tie downs, no wife, no kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, I'm the smart one in the
Right.
band,
Or
but still, I have
right.
to pay bills and I have to be an adult. But the rest
Yeah.
of the guys, they suffer with kids. So
Yeah. Yeah. You still have to put gas in the tank, but they got to do it like 3-4 times a week. I get it.
and their kids' cars,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're not a soccer dad right now, but
no,
yeah,
no.
I got you. So you got tell us again where the October 18th show is going to be,
Atlantic in Gainesville.
and you'd be playing with anybody?
Yeah, we were playing with Tariffs, Bad Dog,
Go for it.
Gnomes of Neptune is the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, Tariffs, Bad Dog, Gnomes of Neptune, and us. And then
And then on the first, I've got you with Hutch, the Dark Arctic, and Bunand at Will.
Moon. Yes. Yeah, they're all friends of mine.
Yeah.
So I just wanted, all my buddies on this show, and yeah, it's going to be a really great lineup, solid.
Fabulous. Now, the other bands that you're playing alongside or sharing the stage with, are they also instrumental, or is there a range of stuff?
No, well, you almost think the Boonan is an instrumental band because they have such massive guitar and bass rigs that you struggle to hear the vocals sometimes. But no, I mean they're really good. But we are the only instrumental band
Okay.
on that.
That helps you stand out, right
Yeah, I mean, it makes it fun when you try to get shows together.
there.
Because promoters don't really know where to put you.
Right.
They want to immediately put us with all the progressive bands.
But no, you want to stand out.
Yeah. But I mean, we play with grindcore bands. We play with punk bands, rock bands, indie rock bands. I guess that's the beauty of our style is we can kind of go in a lot of different directions. And then of course we change up the set to fit whatever show we're on. We have some more
the heavier songs with the heavier band stuff. Yeah.
right, and the more melodic stuff with the lighter bands. So
I think that's good strategic planning on your part.
Yeah.
You need to be able. Look, I've spoken to several musicians through the years, and there are some rock bands that are doing like these 80s throwback style things, and they're cool, but they can only do it within those parameters. You can branch out a little bit more and adapt a little bit more easily. I think having no vocals makes it easier for you to do that sometimes.
Yeah, it does, and I guess it lends itself to like a more diverse crowd.
Yeah.
And because like even people that don't listen to metal, obviously the number one thing that turns them off is screaming vocals,
or like Cookie Monster vocals, right?
Oh yeah, or death metal vocals, you know. So they don't have to deal with that. I mean, at least besides the two songs that we have that. But they don't have to deal with that. So I think that they like it, and some people, I don't know. It's kind of like some people study to it, or
yeah.
It could be background music for some people. It could be a lot of things. Okay. Although we don't intend it to be background music.
Right. No, but that's what I was talking about earlier. When I'm editing a video, when I don't need to listen to it, I can put on Kaupe in the background, and like I'm saying, here are the parts that I love as I'm getting ready for this interview, but also just kind of not get distracted by the lyrics. I can just let the music kind of guide me. That's what
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of people would probably feel the same when they listen to it. And I'm going to let you go in a moment, but I did want to ask you, is there anything that you want to tell your listeners, anybody, especially people who are going to be hearing Kaupe for the first time now that there's a brand new album out, you got a fresh level of hype? What do you want to say?
Oh man, I feel like you put me on the spot.
Because I did.
You did. You did. Well, I just want to say, enjoy the experience, I guess. It's a lot. You gotta. It's a lot to handle. But yeah, I welcome aboard. I don't know. I don't know what else to say to
That's all
them.
right. That's all right. And you would go international. Look, music's the universal language, and in your case, it's probably even more universal since there's no actual lyrics. So here's another thing. Have you gotten any special feedback from other parts of the world that you never thought that you would reach?
Um, I mean, I can see stats,
Yeah.
obviously with like
Yeah.
Spotify and stuff like that. I can see that we have numbers all over the world.
When you look at your stats and you say, "Oh my God, somebody in Luxembourg is digging us right now," that's got to be a
Right.
cool feeling, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. And we'll get on some random playlist. Like one of our old songs got on a playlist in South America, and it was like we got 5,000 plays on it. So
There you go.
like, all right, enjoy it. We don't ever play that song live, but if you guys like it, that's great.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So bear with me just one second. I'm gonna take
sure.
this one little part here. Um, is Destroyer of Worlds going to be available? Oh yeah, it's going to be available on Bandcamp. Let's remind everyone also that, well, is it?
No, 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 no. So you go to morbidsubculture.com,
Okay.
and that's where you pre-order vinyl and CDs
Okay.
from our label.
Right. Okay, there you go. And
Yeah.
there you go. And then, but in addition to that, because we are releasing this about 6 weeks before the last Bandcamp Friday of the year, by all means, on the first Friday of December, and I'm pulling up my calendar, bear with me one more moment, and that will be December 5th. I want everybody to go to Bandcamp and go to Kaupe and pick up Cognitive Dissonance and the Depths so that uh, you could support Kaupe
Oh yeah.
with their back catalog. And you're gonna, and like we're saying, you want to study and put it on? Go right ahead. You want to go and have a few beers and rock out in your backyard? Do that too. You can have a good time with Kaupe. And
With or without clothes.
with or without clothes,
Yeah,
with or
whatever you
without
want.
kids, without whatever you want. Last thing, I've had such a great time talking to you. I'm curious. I know it takes you a long time to compose these songs. It's been, I think, 4+ years in between albums.
Yeah.
What are the plans for the next Kaupe album?
We already have a few song ideas in the works. We are not heavily writing songs because right now we're rehearsing for the shows
Sure.
and really like we want to break from writing. Because I mean to make an album start to finish, it takes 9 months,
Yeah.
before it's out and ready. And so it's a long process. So yeah, we're just gonna keep forging ahead. I think we're gonna try to maybe incorporate a bit of the previous album, Cognitive Dissonance, and with the newer style. But then again, I don't know. It's so early; it could totally change. We're always trying to trying to top what we did prior, and we always try to do something different. We don't want to be like the same thing on every album. I mean, this
Right.
band started out, I had no intentions of playing metal again. I wanted it to be a rock band, like a dark rock band, and it just gradually got heavier and heavier. And there's nothing I could do, but you just let the songs flow.
Yeah. Well, we heard on this interview, we heard clips of Unresolved Trauma, the song that I love the most, All That Is Left Is Sin. I'm going to play some of my favorite clips from Cognitive Dissonance, also like kind of laced throughout the interview here. So anybody who wants to check it out can go. The links are on this interview show notes. Brett, I love what you're doing, and I'm glad that we reconnected. It's been about 4 years, and this is the first time we're talking though. And I look forward to the next time, and hopefully it won't be 4 years later.
Yeah, let's hope not.
All right. Thank you, Brett.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Special thanks again to Brett Walker of Kaupe for joining us here on RadioX.com. The new album is Destroyer of Worlds, and it will be available worldwide on October 17th from Morbid Subculture Records. Like we said at the end there, during the interview, I played clips off of Destroyer of Worlds, including All That Is Left Is Sin, Unresolved Trauma, and RMR 1029 featuring Scott Angelakos. Right now I am playing the title track off of their prior album, Cognitive Dissonance, which was independently released. Gentle reminder, on December 5th, go to Bandcamp and support Kaupe and buy their previous records and their new one, and support the band directly on Bandcamp Friday. If you are in Florida on October 18th, head over to the Atlantic in Gainesville to see Kaupe take the stage. And on November 1st, They will be at Will's Pub in Orlando, Florida. Links to their socials, which has more information about these shows, are on this episode's show notes. As always, make legitimate purchases of the music, merch, tickets, and downloads to support hardworking artists like those in Kaupe. And head on over to RadioRadioX.com for all things music and entertainment. We've got reviews, interviews, and more coverage. I've got an interview with local drumming favorite Jason Bittner of Shadows Fall and Category 7, and another iconic metal drummer, Mark Zonder, formerly of Fate's Warning and now with Warlord and A through Z, and another with powerhouse drummer Sean Duncan of LA Guns. I've also got interviews with John Bush, the singer of Category 7 and Armored Saint, and Flotsam and Jetsam guitarist Michael Gilbert, my good friend Robert Meid of Nighthawk, a two-part interview with Rick Sims of The Digits, and internationally acclaimed rock singer Ronnie Romero, and more. I'd like to thank Art and Rob and everyone over there at the Radio X headquarters. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and all social channels. And be sure to keep coming back to RadioRadioX.com for more updates. I've got more video interviews on the way as well. I am Justin Smulison, new contributor here at Radio X. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's more on the way.